wasn't the first meteor that hit it. During burgers lived, that meteor hit the planet and blew off a chunk. That chunk eventually came back, and that's what wiped out the Pizzasaurus. Or did it? Pepperonius the Great had found an egg. He expanded slowly over time as he watched it. And then eventually, he didn't know. That meteor still held living life on it. Still. When they existed, the egg, when they breathed, that there was space bacteria that was on the meteor that at once came from their planet that would make them eventually mutate. The egg hatched, and all the Pizzasauruses had been replaced with creatures known as alien Sushi. They had pods on parts of their legs with eggs inside of them. They were parasitic and had a sharp spike in their mouth to stab their prey. This is the beginning of their life cycle. They crawled. They crawled around searching for a friend or a victim where they would be eaten by the newly born creature dispersed from the eggs inside of them. These creatures, known as gremlos, were bats-like. However, our singing skills were not as good as them. We couldn't pose, then we couldn't befriend them. We then thought they would be the perfect host to birth more of our sushi kind. We grabbed a horn and fired the eggs. The eggs traveled inside them with piercingness. We had to kill them so then it would be easier for them, the babies, to eat them without getting attacked. We had to take them down. We had to take them down. We added more eggs into their bodies. And soon they would explode. Well, at least they're not going to be alive when it happens, but still. We had to take them down. So then they were easy to feed our new brethren. We attacked and attacked, and we took most of them down. We decided we should eat it too, and we skewered parts of the meat onto our long tongue-like structures. Soon the second stage shall begin, when creatures hatch out of these bodies and will soon grow up. The sushi, now with the power of wasabi, they shot more of the eggs while one was flying. It was still flying, and we had to chase it while it was in air. And then they went extinct. And we got new T-Rex feet as an award. Interesting. The descendants of Pepperonius the Great were ready for their descendants to slowly grow up. But they still had the allies with the Sharkosaurus, a banana, grape, shark, and dinosaur hybrid. We went back to our nest. It was time for the bodies to hatch and the eggs to come out. We found a mate. Then it was time for the egg to hatch. Development happened inside the egg, and something would soon hatch out. This would hatch out. They had deadly tails, and the newborn alien Sushi also had various eggs to carry on its back. These eggs are essential for the rest of its kind to spread. And these parasitic alien newborn creatures also had a saw-like tail. They were from a deadly world. And they had deadly parts. And they were ready. After hatching from the dead gremlos, they crawled about, searching for where to inject more eggs. And then they found this creature known as the Casper Drake sauce. Interesting, the descendants thought. The Casper Drake sauce seemed to be a combination of the DNA of drake, birds, and more. So we had to inject them. They were human creations. We injected them with our eggs, and we took them down so then more of them could be eaten. We attacked with our spinning tails and injected more eggs. We crawled about, looking for every next victim. A creature sure has changed. We collected bones from these dangerous creatures. We got the Velociraptor, which seemed to be Velociraptor hands. We crawled and found a gigantic rogue. This seemed to be a giant, amazing creature. We had to dance for it. It seemed happy, and it seemed to love dancing. But then, this gave our newborns more intelligence. They're ready to evolve to their next state. They were ready to evolve. But then they had to evolve into a top state before they could be ready. was time to create more descendants of their kind. And then their species would eventually evolve into a new creature of great wonder. The egg was laid, and it was time to evolve. The newborn alien Sushi, he was ready. His head was removed, all the egg sacs on its back. Its legs were moved back, and they evolved more human-like feet and legs. They evolved strange T-Rex-like feet. And of course, they got more direct posture. Over time, they still kept the same mouth they had once had. They had evolved another pair of legs, which then evolved into arms. Then they evolved more pairs of legs. And then their hands on those pairs of legs, well, the Velocirasptors seemed like a good fit, but they needed opposable thumbs and more dexterity, so they had these unique hands. And on their third pair of arms, they had these sprayers which spat poison and strange, sharp, poison-inflicting weapons, which allowed to add poison to their victims. Of course, they needed eyes. These creatures would have interesting eyes. They had a strange posture and very strange amounts of legs and arms. But that did not matter, as these had become the food genus, and the food genus had evolved into another specific species. Food delicious. Food delicious. Food delicious. All foods in one. As descendants of all food creatures in the world, of Mcdonald, 426 Most of these creatures, they mostly lived similar lives to the human ancestors known as Australopithecines. But no matter, they were still way deadlier than Australopithecines. They slowly evolved. And all this evolution had been created for a long time. From French fry to spiked French fry to omnivorous French fry to French fry fish, then the spiky worm French fry, the transition French fry, the killer fry, fryantula, the fried demigod, burgers, then the burger raptor, then the psychic burger, then the pepperoni pizza, then the vengeful pizza, Pizzasaurus, the alien sushi, the newborn alien sushi, and then the food deliciouscus. And it seems we'd have the beast master. It was time to evolve. After a little while, the Deliciaconus evolved better posture and a more humanly placed head. And over time, they of course became more intelligent, with more stranger, like spitting body parts. Something's wrong with the tail. Oh boy, that kind of, what is happening? Sir, are you okay? Okay, your neck is good. It's better. Okay, that kind of looks weird. Can you, yeah, let's shrink that down a bit. Okay, that looks weird too. Let's shorten that posture down. I imagine these things to be like a little around 7 feet tall. So, these are big creatures. Yeah. And I think they're ready to enter more complex tribal stages. He grabbed a stick. He examined it. He clanked it against his nest. This is the age and the dawn of when food rose to an even higher status. He played with his stick. He threw it in the air. Oh, okay. That's the more embarrassing secret of history, but anyway, he picked up the stick, he put it together, and created the very first fire ever seen on his planet in the history of food kind. but we still make it. Goodbye.